Hello from Bear River. It's December 1st, 2022, and for the first time ever, I am here and there are no other cars at Bear River Day Use. This is phenomenal. It's 4:42 in the evening on a December day. The moon is about a half moon in the sky. And I came down here because I noticed that the flows on Bear River came up 100 cubic feet per second from about a 30 to 130. So I had to come down here because this constitutes a pulse flow. It came up in the usual 6 hours, which is not unusual if you have a nice rain. So it's a semi-natural occurrence. And my hope is that NID will ramp the pulse flow down rather than cutting it off, because nature comes up with a pulse flow and then ramps slowly down as the landscape drains of the precipitation. So I'm hoping that Nevada Irrigation District will do the pulse flow, which is what's happening right now. You can see the wetland here is a bit inundated. It was dry back in the 30 cubic feet per second period, and now we have the water running over the cobbles and storing water. And you see the willows and alder and other inhabitants of the riparian zone storing their water. And here we have the flow, and it's normal in the fall to have a pulse flow. So I'm very happy that NID increased the flow from 30 to 130 a couple days ago, and that was in line with about 1 to 2 inches of rain that we got. And someone suggested maybe they were doing it because of reservoir, making room in the reservoir. So, but what it does in the river is create a pulse flow. It's lovely. You can see it here. It's doing its job. And so the one thing that I would request is that it be ramped down at the end of the precipitation period. We're supposed to get 2.5 more days of rain and like 4 feet of snow in the mountains. So it's pretty exciting, and we might get low snow. So the precipitation is here. And when managed well, we can have a pulse flow and the wetlands come back on their own. And that's stewardship. You know, you don't have to plant willows, you don't have to move stuff around. All you got to do is manage the water in a functional flows way, and you can create wetlands. You can create beaver habitat. You can enhance. And I think, NID used to brag about being stewards, but they didn't understand what that means. And I'm hoping that they begin to understand. It's all a piece of it. Ramping the flows is part of stewardship. Pulse flows and trying to imitate functional flows is part of stewardship. And monitoring is part of stewardship. So how are we doing? And that's kind of what's happening here with what I'm doing is monitoring. I'm monitoring the flows. I'm monitoring the frogs. And if I could, I'd monitor the fish. So things are looking good here at Bear River. And thank you, whoever did the pulse flow. And please, please, please ramp it down. And blessings to everyone. We had a nice Thanksgiving, and now we're headed into the holiday season. Miniwachoni, water is life, and we are all related. Oh, Mitakoyasin.